Well, what we're going to do is a bit later on in this video, we're going to have a little tour of our new van, so you can see what it's all about and see what it is, see how small it is, see how big it is, what we've got included. Just a little bit of a hint, it's a 5-berth. But let me show you what I'm doing on the electrical side. So the leisure batteries on the boat have finally given up the ghost. They really don't hold a charge at all. The battery charger I bought worked quite well. It did boost them up a bit, but they were just too far gone to bring back from the dead. They're now, if I look on the solar charge controller, which is down there, if I look on the Bluetooth readout, they're down at they're reading like 2-3 volts. So they're really gone, dead. These are deceased. So it's more urgent now that we get something sorted out with the lithium battery, which is also just down there. The leisure batteries are beyond the bulkhead there in the engine bay. And it's a bit of a drizzly, grotty day. So what I thought I'd do is I'd start by rerouting the current fuses. There's a 12-volt fuse box in the food cupboard here, in what we've now made the larder. Well, that's a cake that Wendy made. So these are the fuses here. Let's just move this out of the way. So we've got fuses here, and these are, I think I've mentioned these before, these are the torpedo type. You just get a bit of a light going on in there. These are the torpedo type. So we've got the battery feed from the old batteries coming in, and then live going out, or positive cables going out, and there's actually 11. While I was fiddling around yesterday, that is the bilge pump fuse, and I blew that yesterday, so there's I had a spare one just there, so I'll just move that across. I managed to drop the wires in the water and shorted them out. But there you are. So that's the sort of battery cable, and of course these are two sets of 6. So it's got a little loop cable there just to jump that across to there, and then we've got some thicker cables, I think, going to some other more sturdy stuff. So what my intention is to first of all reroute all of these, and indeed all of these negative cables. That's a negative bus bar there, and what I'm going to do is, because we've had a lot more storage space because of the new IKEA units down here, I've got this cupboard over here is completely clear. So we've sort of emptied this cupboard out here. So what I'm going to do is, and I've already started, so I'm going to fix a new fuse box in there. So this is the new fuse box here, and there's a positive terminal that will come off the battery there, and there's a negative bus bar already built in, so a negative cable back to the battery will go on here, and then all those other negative bus bar cables will have to be pulled back through and come onto here. I mean, what I could do is just run one cable temporarily up to there and another battery cable down to there and push all the fuses across, and that's what I might do initially, because as I say, the job is it's quite big in terms of getting all the bits and pieces in place. So I've got that. I've already got the new battery cable. So these are the battery cables to go from the fuse box to the lithium battery. So lithium battery is going to stay over this side along with the Victron Multiplus inverter, and I've got to get a new consumer unit. So that's the work that I'm getting on with. I'm not going to film every little bit of it. I'll do bits as I go along. As I've done the work, I'll show you what I've done and how it all fixes together. But thanks to Steve Weaver, thanks Steve for recommending this cable. It's the right size, it'll take all the amps, and for being so helpful with your advice on the electric situation. So it really has been helpful. Well, here we are with the new motorhome. Nobody guessed it exactly right. Somebody did say it was a Norse.
Yes.
But it is in the Norse group. It's a Weinsberg Carabus.
Yep. And we think she's lovely.
She is.
Yeah, she's lovely.
The colour is Campovolo grey. I think it's a really nice variation from the usual white or silver vans that you get, isn't it?
Just a nice colour.
And as we've started filming, it's started to really badly rain. So why don't we get on with getting inside the van and show you around the inside.
We'll do the inside. We can do the outside another time.
Come inside and have a little look around. So inside, it's the standard Fiat layout cab that we all know and well, love, do we? So it's just got the center console here with the heater controls, the hazard warning lights and so on. It's got a standard DAB radio just there. The old Comanche had the big double head player with the reversing camera. This doesn't come with that. We bought the van as a standard, just without any extras on it. And on the passenger side, it's a right-hand drive British vehicle. It's got the standard glove box on top of there and another sort of glove box storage compartment down there. Tools are underneath the passenger seat with a little storage compartment underneath this driver's seat. Nice spacious captain's chairs with the armrests that come down. They're really nice, and what we really like about this is the really lovely sort of two-tone. It changes tone in the light. The sort of leatherette or faux leather upholstery, it's really nice. So when you're sitting in the cab, you're looking this way, you can reach the little table here. We've also got two other seats here with seat belts, so it's a
it's good
for travelling
for four and sitting down for four.
Yeah. So you can all fit round the table. The passenger seat swivels round, the driver's seat swivels round, and you can all sit around and reach quite nicely this little dinette table.
Because what I like about it is it slides up and down depending upon your size. You know what I mean? So you can have it out the way, or you can not have the table at all. It's not a fixed table.
Let's just pop you down there, and
That's good.
So this table, you can lift it up and then it just slides along. He says it easily slides along there. So once you get the knack of it,
yeah,
you sort of lift it up.
We're a bit new as to how
along.
the things work, really, aren't we?
So you can move it out the way, right back to get the passenger seat slid right back. Now, when you want to have a bit more room up here, if you're, you know, maybe I'd sit here with my laptop, or maybe we'd have a bit of dinner and you know, be closer to the table. That's really nice.
And how does it fold up again? It sort of, the leg comes up underneath it, doesn't it? I can't remember how it folds up.
This whole area will make into a single bed.
Yeah.
Underneath the table, so underneath the table there's this sort of arrangement here that I haven't worked out how to do.
No,
these
we
yet.
don't know actually yet. That's it anyway.
Oh, that's how it goes. Yeah. So that sort of folds in half to allow the table.
I suppose that folds flat, really, don't you?
No.
Oh.
That goes onto the lower rail.
Oh, I see. To make the bed. Yeah.
So there's a rail just like that one, halfway down. So it all comes down to that level, and that makes into a single bed. So
yeah, that's pretty good, isn't it? A bonus.
I think it is really good. And what attracted us immediately to this was the compact nature, but the massive amount of space it feels like. We said we'd never have an L-shaped lounge, and we haven't. It just seats facing forward, and these driver passenger seats facing backwards. It works really, really, really well. Weinsberg, part of the Norse group, have stated that they want to capture the market in camper vans and motorhomes, and this is actually called, they term it as a caravan utility vehicle, or CUV, and you'll see why, because the amount of space there is in here is massive.
As we come in, there's the door there, that slidey door, and then this unit here is really all the kitchen. So underneath this bit is 2-burner gas hob, and underneath here is the sink. That's it, and that pulls up like that. We haven't got any water in it, so I can't show it to you. So I guess you have that down and there, like that. That's pretty good. Just what you need. Don't need a lot.
It's a really neat arrangement because you've got 2 gas burners.
Yeah,
and if you have any spillages, they just go straight into the sink, don't they?
Yeah, they do. It's good. And
that's really
above
good.
it, we've got a storage cupboard, the usual thing, nice white wood. There's an electric plug there, and those are lights.
230-volt socket. Yeah. And light switches, but under the cupboards there, they're touch sensitive lights.
They're good, aren't they? Yeah.
To come on and off like that.
I think you could sit down there a minute. Don't moan. You're not so cold now. Good girl. Right. So we come to look at this big drawer.
A massive.
Look, it pulls right out across.
Massive drawer, cutlery tray.
With a cutlery tray in it, yeah.
And a big storage area.
Then that clips shut, and then we've got another one. That's just divided in 2.
2-section drawer there, and then
we've started to put some things in the motorhome, but they're just not sorted yet. That's why there's toilet rolls in that drawer. And so that one clips shut, and then this one is just open up, and that's massive. I think I'd put bottles in there, down the bottom there like that. I never put glass up the top because sometimes we do forget to clip that.
It's just a huge cupboard.
Yeah. This cupboard under here massive. So that's what I'm going to put bottles in there. So, because if you forget to shut the cupboards, they're safe. Because that one, they're on the floor. And then this cupboard, I'll just open this. It's not really a cupboard. It's got the bits and pieces under there.
That's the Truma heater and boiler, and all that sort of stuff. The gas shut-off valves and stuff like that. Can't really see in there.
No. And then here's just a little shelf with a bar across. This useful shelf, and of course there.
Then you've got a fridge.
There. Oh, I don't know how to. Have to go behind. Go on then. Steve will show you. There's the fridge freezer.
So you've got a fridge, and the on and off controls are there. We haven't got any gas on board even yet. We're still deciding whether to go for Cala or gas safe. There's a little freezer box or ice box in there. That's the sort of thing it is.
And down below
there is, they call this a wardrobe, a hanging wardrobe. So there is a little bit. Rail. There's a little hanging rail.
If you want it
there, but I think, you know, to call it a hanging space is a bit of a stretch. I think we will hang some things there.
Yeah. Need to carry. So this is the bathroom in here. That's the hanging rails. That's sort of like that seat covering thing on there. And then when we open the door, wowee, we've got quite a big bathroom with wait a minute, darling. Mirror there, and this tap comes up so you can make a shower if you want to. That's the shower. Some shelves there, the sink, little vanity thing there. Window, that's nice.
It's a wet room.
Oh, wet room. There's a window there. Yep.
So,
and I'm just going to sit on the loo and show you. Amazingly, the cupboards. Look in here. Don't they think of everything with the things so they don't fall?
There's a lot of space in there.
Yeah, and
really good. And then there's these
cupboard here.
Pull out
there.
Section there. It's really, I mean, it's really
good,
well thought out. There's the toilet flush just there.
Yep.
And then
and there's the loo.
Standard
cassette toilet.
Thetford toilet.
2 more hooks.
There's a shower curtain that has magnetic hooks, and you just put the shower curtain all the way round to keep the water in the shower tray.
What I really like, we've never had a window in the toilet before. I think that's nice. It doesn't feel so much like a cupboard, does it? It's really good. And a little blind.
They've little blinds.
Oh, and they've even got a fly screen.
And a fly screen.
Yeah. Isn't it lovely, eh? Lovely white. So, honestly, it just shows what you can get in a tiny, tiny little space. I think we'll show you the back of the van. We'll show you the beds so you can see them better if I open the back doors. So there's that one. And one. They do open right back, and they've got windows and blinds on. And that's the storage space. Okay, so whatever you've got in there, pretty good storage.
So you've got quite a massive amount of storage in there, and if you wanted a lot more storage, this bed comes out. So these two cushions come out, the bed slats come out, and you can store those. All of this can be removed, and we'll probably remove that top bed and put it into storage.
It's a double. There's a double bed there.
But if we were wanting to carry a lot of things, I mean, we've been to IKEA, bought this. You can fit an awful lot in there. If you take this out, there's all of that storage space, and if you take the top out, it turns into a van pretty much, doesn't it?
Well, you can, like it's nice weather, you can just use it as, you can just make 2 benches here and just sit there and have the back open. So it's pretty versatile. It really is. To sleep 5 in a tiny little van, it's amazing. And the attention to detail, like the little things to put your book in. There's a light switch there, USB cable. I think it's really good. And the light there, skylight there.
Yeah, there's a skylight up there. This is the gas locker.
Yeah.
As I say, no gas in there at the moment. We're still deciding whether to go for pallet or gas safe, safe fill. These doors actually do open further. Push that button and the door can swing right back to there. So it gives you a really big open feel. If you were in a nice sunny place, like,
we'd have the barbecue out here, and we
could have the barbecue out there. We could be sitting here. We could have a little table outside. You could imagine the top bed gone, and you're sitting
if
there.
If we were wild camping, we could be in bed and go to bed with the doors open.
Yeah.
Oh, how lovely! You'd feel like you were camping outside. Yeah, it's really good.
So that's pretty much it. Weinsberg Carabus. And something we do like about it is that the side door, sliding door, is on the European side, and that was something that we always found when we went to Europe. It was always a bit of a problem with the Comanche, that the door was on the passenger side or on the UK side, and when we were thinking about sort of registering the van in Spain, we couldn't have done that because the thing was on the other side. So there you are. That's the first little look at our new cuddle bus that we're calling it. It's the Weinsberg Carabus CUV. More about the electrics on the boat next week. Things are going rather well.